Okay then, so welcome everybody to XLR Tier 2 Round 2 of this sprint season. Today we are at Interlagos in Brazil. Well, I think we've actually got an ad on the stream right now, so we will halt the introduction for a small period of time as we wait for the ad to go through. Brilliant, wonderful, we love adverts so much. Right, well, we are back off the ads then, and well, here for Tier 2 Round 2 of this short XLR sprint season on the run up until F1 2024, which will be the worst F1 game of all time. I am certainly not looking forward to spending £70 on a reskin of F1 23, which is just a reskin of F1 20. You get the picture. Not really looking forward to it too much, but it's a form of the trade, unfortunately. But today, yes, we are in Brazil, and a very, very wet Brazil at that. Well, before we have to get stuck in with the interesting stuff, let's just go in with a little fun fact. In the early 1900s, Brazil was looking pretty rich because of the rubber trade, and they bought a battleship off the UK, which happened to have the most guns on any warship of all time. But just before World War One, it was actually recalled back to Britain and called HMS Agincourt. Fun fact: 14 12-inch guns on that thing, 7 turrets. Considering most battleships tend to have 4 or 3 turrets, it's a relatively large ship. So then, was that someone spun? I think that was someone spun. Well, away from the, that was just marks on the outside. So away from the facts, back to what is actually happening on the circuit. Jamie Cash. Unfortunately, we have an odd lack of drivers. I was briefed that I would have close to full grid, but I only see 14 in the lobby. You know, that's not always ideal. But that happens. Let me try and find what was supposed to be. Well, 11 reserves. Well, there was 35 people that said yes to attendance, so I don't know how over half of them haven't signed up, but whatever. Gianucci, yes indeed, it is good to be back after a little break. Being back home at uni, being back home from uni, no PlayStation or no streaming abilities, so we had to. And there goes Hards to the top of the timing sheets. Let's see what Rolling Dice can do with the 21-1. A second slower for Rolling Dice. Again, geoismid.com is available and certainly working, considering he's a second back. So Jamie Cash invalidated his lap, so has backed out and will be going again. These wet conditions, it will be interesting to see how the order shapes up. I think a lot of people just are going to join mid-qualifying. They do have 13 minutes to do so before the end of qualifying one, and Mr. Business, 42.9, not his greatest effort. And there's Jay-Z, going just about a 10th clearer of Hards in that McLaren. We then look to the Alpine of Fluffy. I think that's probably how you say his name. Is he on Inters? Why does it look like he's on Inters? That's because he is actually on Inters, a 22.4. I don't know about you, but when I see rain like that, I think wet tyres. And I think that being 3/10 off Gio's lap is evidence of that. Footface manages to go half a second quicker than Jay-Z to the top of the timing sheets. We've also just seen Marks set a valid lap with a 21.5. About a second away from where P1 spot stands at the moment. Of course, this is only qualifying one, and well, technically at the moment everyone's going to get through apart from Clive, who has unfortunately committed suicide somewhere around the circuit, I think, or he's not set a lap at all or something like that. And there goes Jamie Cash on his second attempt, 2/10 away from Footface at the top of the timing screens then. Looks like Mr. Business coming across the line once again. 20 seconds improvement for him at 21.3 is the best he's going to be able to manage. Of course, it's all about just getting out of the session, really, in this part of qualifying. Not really pushing your hardest. You know, it's best to have a car in one piece than to be pushing your hardest. And there goes Fluffy. I think he might have realised that it is time to put on some wet compound tyres because it is not drying up whatsoever out there. And I think wets are really your only option in such conditions. In fact, at the moment, if you are in the UK, particularly in the East Midlands, it's looking slightly grey. Very aggressive. It was very windy earlier. And now it's just very grey and it's really aggressive. That grey looks like it's going to absolutely tip it down, which is you lucky man. It's far from sunny here. It was actually sunny earlier. Ironically, the weather's actually been quite nice in the UK recently. It was sunny earlier, but I can assure you, it's not sunny anymore. It's not sunbathing weather. I don't think it really ever is up here. So, rolling dice into the pit lane. He did actually set a better lap in the end, 21.5, which is promising, which is better for Gio. I'm wondering, that rain, is it letting up perhaps a tad? Jammy Cash, is he on a flyer? No, he is not. Mr. Business, though, is indeed on a flying lap. He's attempting. But Ginny, you'd have to be through PlayStation. And PS apps, you'd have to do on both. Which is less than ideal. So yeah, Mr. Business had just set a flying lap. 2/10 away from Footface. Pretty good effort. Footface, though, 3/10 improvement for him. A 20.0. 7/10 clear. Footface is... I think he might have done some practice. So, yeah. Well, there we go. We've got Xavi joining us now. At least we've got some more drivers in here. No one's going to be eliminated. Right, Havoc is actually on a flying lap. Zyro is just the knockoff Pyro. Is currently is not quite on a flying lap, but he is on intermediate tyres. Again, questionable. Why inters? It's a bit wet out there. Don't. It just looks a little too wet for the intermediate compound, to be honest. Right, we finally got some more guys in here. Havoc Gamer has just put in a time good enough for P8 with a... Oh. Just slide back in there. With a 21.5. I'm still quite... Oh, now rolling dice out on Inters. Perhaps I am very much wrong, and the intermediate tyres are perhaps a shout. I think we've actually seen Mr. Business slide onto a set of intermediates as well. Perhaps I'm wrong, and well, let's see what Zyro can do with his car. He put in a 31.5, but he was not using ERS, and as we saw a couple of times across the lap, he was not actually fully pushing. So let's sit with Zyro for this lap, and let's see how those intermediate tyres perform. As he barrels down the restaurant post now into turn 4, Destino Delago, locking up a bit on entry, and it looked very, very slidey on the rear. He does have a Red Bull right behind him. That might actually be rolling dice. No, it's not. It is his teammate, Xavi. Oh, and Andrew's... Well, Andrew is out. He's been disqualified from the session then. So I assume he's had a little spin somewhere. And... Hold on, I just got to do this quickly. That's literally the wrong tab. No. Right. Because we are going to get some co-coms now. Gianuzzi will be joining us. just had to send him a quick invite. But here we go then. Zyro, I'm not too sure what this lap is going to put him as. Gianuzzi, welcome to the stream.
Right,
Hello,
why
Gianuzzi.
can I not hear you?
Sure.
Oh, let's go!
There we go. Sorry, I just got to quickly adjust my volume because I had it in gaming mode rather than streaming mode. Right, Gianuzzi, welcome to the stream then. How are you doing on this fine for you, slightly gloom and doomy Saturday evening?
Yeah, well, I was in a bit of a trenches this week, but better few days on Friday and Saturday, so it's been good. It's been good. How has everything been so far with you?
Yeah, everything's been good. It's always fantastic to get back in the comms position and ready for yet another round of XLR. Interesting to see how the sprint race how the sprint season unfolds really as it progresses on. It was a great race last weekend, and well, I'm excited to see what the drivers can deliver for this particular race. A distinct lack of drivers though is my only concern, considering that 35 drivers accepted attendance and we've only managed to compile 15. I'm not really sure where the other 20 have gone, but they aren't here.
Hopefully we'll do that. Hopefully.
And there we go. Xavi going to the top of the timing sheets then for Q1 with an 18.8. My goodness, so it's definitely the rain has definitely let up, and it is intermediate conditions for sure now. Wow.
What a shock.
A second clear. Well, I say a second. That's far from the truth. About 4/10 clear of Rolling Dice. And there goes our favourite back marker, Jay-Z, to the top of the timing sheets. 2/10 clear of Xavi in the McLaren. Oh, Lord, how we'd love to see McLaren beating Red Bull in real life.
My back marker. My back marker.
Mr. Business has also slotted himself up into P3 with an 18.8. Still 2/10 away from Jay-Z, who just seemed to have it all connected up in the wet. Again, it could be down to setup. Jay-Z might have a wet weather setup compared to Mr. Business, or his setup just works better in the wet because he's got a bit more downforce. It's hard to tell exactly why, or it could just be Jay-Z particularly has banged out a bit of practice for this race. You just never know. I think it could be a variety of factors, but the more important thing is that he is 2/10 clear, which I think is all that he actually cares about, and all that the results and the championship cares about is who's ahead of who, not who's doing what with their setups and funky things like that. Right, so I think we're seeing Jamie Cash coming to the line now, 2 seconds up on his time. Jamie Cash to the top of the order, 4/10 clear of Jay-Z in the Mercedes. My goodness, the scenes if this happens in real life at some point this season.
Unbelievable, absolutely.
Right, so Rolling Dice is indeed into the pit lane along with Xavi. Just looking to who we've got next to come across the line. It's going to be AY Games, who has invalidated this lap, so we'll be going again. Who've then got a Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari of Footface will be the next driver to cross the line. He's 1.6 seconds up on his time at the moment. That's going to be about an 18.4 as it stands. Sorry, 18.6. We'll have to wait and see if he can get that down any further through this third sector. Of course, with the increased speed of the intermediates, Footface does very much get it down. 2.1 second improvement and a 1:17.9 puts the Ferrari in a fantastic position. You know what? I'm going to be really bold and say Footface for pole. Footface for pole when we get round to Q3. He has been impeccable so far this evening, and we'll have to wait and see exactly how much more he can, or if he can improve even more come further points in the session. We're now seeing Fluffy coming to the line now with an 18.3, another 4/10 back from Footface. As Jay-Z, our favourite back marker, does go 3/10 clear of Footface. I think what we're seeing is because of that transition period, every lap is going to be quicker and quicker and quicker. As the track starts to dry up a little bit more, drivers start to get a bit more used to the conditions. I think we're going to start to see that. So it's that common saying of last across the line in wet conditions will be the fastest. I'm going to see if I can quickly increase some volume on, because you're a little quiet, and that's not your fault at all.
Yeah, I got my headset in, I got my beats in, so I just thought it'd be better performance really, but it's really not showing, so that's just an issue for me.
No, I just could tell your volume was about half, so I did need to increase that, to be fair.
Ah, there we are.
Right, Footface going for
Dan,
one.
Dan told us. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, Footface will be going on another lap in. Yeah, indeed. Is Dan? No, Dan has just finished his lap. Mark's moving up into P3 in the Alfa Romeo. With a decent effort.
Fluffy?
I just say Fluffy. Yeah, half a second down on his time in the Alpine. So Alpine are cooked even in XLR. Right, where are we?
Not good.
So drivers that we've already found ourselves out of the session. Andrew got disqualified. We didn't even see why. I think we assumed he had a little spin and then reversed, and then something weird happened, and then the game disqualified him. Cliverty Clive DNF'd, Haas DNF'd. We didn't see either of what happened there, but I assume that something did because they are out. Jamie Cash has then gone 2/10 clear of Jay-Z. That puts him on a 17.4. We must watch out for Footface, who is 8/10 up on his 17.9, so that looks like it's going to be a 17.1, and I'd expect even more time as he comes through this final sector. Turn 15. I'm not going to try and say what it's actually called. It's, yeah, very fun.
So it's 69.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's 7. Oh my god!
17.0 on the dot for Footface. That is a lap and a half. 4/10 clear of Jamie Clash, close to half a second actually.
Footface feels you in this. Fantastic precision, mate. I absolutely love that. I got a bit of OCD, but that is just nailed on the button.
To be fair, I didn't know Footface was cooking. He's certainly
like the Rock at WrestleMania.
he's been doing his work behind the scenes and has really made it work. So then our just Gio is currently sat in P9. I can't think of anything nice to say about him as he rolls his way up through turn 15 at the moment. That final corner to the line for Gio. P2, an impressive time. 17.2 then. 2/10 away from Footface's lap time, and that is promising signs for Rolling Dice as they'll make their way into Q3. Looks like he's got a pretty good chance of not just being in that top 10, but being pretty high up the order when it comes to the checkered flag in a few minutes time. We've got one more to cross the line. Havoc Gamer 2.7 seconds up on his time at the moment. He moves up into P7 with an 18.2 and solidifies his place in Q2, even though it's never in doubt with only 15 drivers here. So well.
It's surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, not the.
Maybe they've inflated tyres if they were.
Yeah, not quite the order that I particularly expected coming into this qualifying session, but you know we'll take it. To be honest, it's always interesting to have a mixed up grid, and whoa, this sky looks sick. Oh, I just got to take a picture of this. What is happening out there? Wait, let me go close to my window.
Gio, mate.
Oh, my window's so dirty, it's not good to take a picture through. But it doesn't open far enough to put my phone out. Oh well, you just have to deal with the dirty.
Oh, you'll have to get the window cleaner out.
Mate, the university has to pay for the window cleaner. I already pay a fortune, so they better pay for a window cleaner. That's...
You have to request one and say, like, I'm not satisfied with that window. Now.
Refund me all of the money I've paid this year. I want it all back. I'd be a rich man.
Yeah, I'm doing 60 kilo deadlifts. I would deadlift if I have to slam you through many, many buildings.
You know, we'll see how they respond to that one in the email. What are you talking about? Right then.
You know what I'm talking about. It looks like it's dry enough. Ooh,
Don't call. I never
maybe
call.
something wrong.
Gio's message was held. I never called Gio sad. I don't know what he's on about. Sad?
Yeah. No,
I
yeah,
know.
he wasn't.
Ah, that's false accusations. That's disgusting. I'll have to report him to the police for
Jumping the gun.
that. Come on, have a
Oh,
have
well,
a.
D10's your man.
Oh, has Liberty Clive got a qualifying ban?
I think. Let me check.
Check for us because I
Because he
don't.
might.
Yeah, that might be why he's retiring because I didn't see him even out on the circuit.
Stewards report. Um, no. No.
He's just a strange
It
individual.
doesn't say. Yeah, fair enough. If that's what he wants to do, then yeah. So be
He's
it.
given himself a quali ban for
Let
literally
him
no
have-
reason. I mean, if you want to go ahead and give yourself a qualifying ban, you do you. You know, we're not gonna hold that against you if you want to ban yourself from quali. It's a little strange, you know. We've also lost another driver because I swear we had 15.
I think what was happened is someone
Oh,
crashed.
because
Was it
someone got disqualified.
So,
Andrew got
who
disqualified.
was it?
That's why
Andrew? That's
he
right.
he
Yeah.
got disqualified. So that's why he's not
he's
here.
out. That explains it.
Getting disqualified is rather unfortunate. Right then.
Very.
Wait, is this? Wait. On my screen, the safety car's on the circuit.
Huh? What?
The safety car is right behind Haas.
The
The safety. I could have sworn that was the safety car.
Nah.
Wait. I'll clip it
We're
and
gonna
I'll
have to click that.
I'll check it.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on the Hartford's
Wait.
pace then as we go on board.
Oh right, he's got a quali ban carried over from Hungary. That should have been in the Stewards report, but it's these tier 2 guys. They just don't know what they're doing.
Unbelievable, my back knocker.
Right, wait for that clip to upload, and then I could have swore I was so confused. I think I'm seeing things.
So, maybe, I don't know. But I was gonna say, I wonder if this truck's gonna dry out near the end, so it could be dry tires.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'd say
minutes.
dries, to be honest, towards the end of Q2.
Because it looks like it, doesn't it?
I wouldn't be going out right now.
It's-
It wouldn't be wasting my energy.
Yeah, it's a 1:15.6, so that's miles better. That's miles better than
A
the last lap
16.04
Q1.
tenths. Foot face is away from Hards then, as we start to see a large majority of other drivers come across the track to either begin laps or finish laps. Xavi moving up to P2, rolling dice. The happy, glorious man, P6 with a 16.1. Dan with a 15.8. Habit Gamer goes to the top with a 15.5. He's had a cracker of a lap there, actually, to be fair to him. Marks has gone ahead with a 16.0 and then has proceeded to get out the way like a good driver. That's what we like to see from the tier 2s. He took it I don't know if the route had to be quite that aggressive of getting out the way through the centre S's, but you do you. As long as you're not getting yourself penalty points, do what you want.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
We can't afford too many more tickets, otherwise
Tickets again.
we're gonna break Discord and the stewards' minds. I don't quite know if we're gonna break the mental state of our stewards. That might not be quite so ideal.
Yeah, I've to take a month of annual leave of XLR just for tickets from tier 2. I was like, man, no way.
So here we go then. AY to the. Did he hit the wall?
Ooh, A-game. Yeah, I might have. pinched the wall there, but he's kept his wing on, which
It
is
wouldn't
the main
have
thing
cost
for him,
him
at least,
too much
but
time, to be honest.
he's got away with it. I was like a bit too close to the wall.
Jamie Cash then, with a 15.2, does indeed go to the top of the timing sheet. That is a impressive time from him. 3/10 clear of Havoc Gamer behind. Mark's coming to the line then. So what he's done is he's set a lap. He's doing he just did a recharge lap, and now he's going once again. Pretty much.
Yeah, I got the safety car. No, you're right. I got the safety car. I gotta record this. You're not hallucinating. I literally had it on my. I was watching Jay-Z on an outlap, and it has come up for me as well. You are not seeing.
Yeah,
things.
I swear. What is happening?
I promise.
See if you can grab a clip of that as well.
It's probably just doing this warm up. It's just doing a warm up ready for the race with the amount of tickets that are going to come out. So yeah, it's just for ready. Get it done in quality.
Right, I've got this clip now, so I'm just I'll put it in the tier 2 chat once it's finished, but we'll just watch Mark's lap for now. DRS enabled, it's dry running. I thought now we've got some guys out on softs. I think doing those interlaps are rather pointless, to be honest. Like, if I'm just being blunt,
I thought so as well.
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you risk a crash, even though no one has crashed?
Yeah.
Like, just why? As Marks does indeed go to the top, 4/10 clear.
You can see. But if I was Jay-Z now, because he's coming up to jump south, I would just box, save the tyre away. Because if it does rain in the race, then
we've got more sets, haven't we?
A good option. So what is he going to do? No, he's going to stay out, which is probably not the wisest thing I'd do, but
Gio's just gone for a fresh out lap on some inters. Oh my goodness. On board with the rolling dice. He's a little bit all over the place, let's put it that way.
It's like, yeah, still great every now and then, but I mean, the track is drying up significantly. You can see the dry line.
Yeah.
Appearing on the straights, and it's just pointless going on with this now.
How is... What? I'm literally watching the clip now. What? The safety car is literally just appears in front, and it...
I'll send it over as well. You are not hallucinating.
What the hell? This game is...
Run.
Right, so...
Head stack. After all that. He's the first friend to be on a lap with soft tyres.
Who's that, sorry?
Who's first? I'm trying to find out who the first is on soft tyres going for a lap, and I think it's Havoc.
Right, that clip should send shortly.
It's like, oh my...
Right.
I'm not hearing any audio off the F1 game, and it's just kind of nice just to hear the silence and just see the cars go vroom vroom without any sound. I don't know why.
Really, I couldn't deal with that, to be honest. I quite enjoy having the background sound of the Formula 1 cars. Very unsettled through Havoc Gamer as he came...
my clip hasn't uploaded yet.
Up through turn 7 and turn 6 Ferradura. Yeah, not really... that looks a little unsettled. I'm not sure it's going to be the greatest lap Havoc Gamer's ever done on a dry set of tyres here at Interlagos, but it will certainly appear at some point or other.
Nah.
So here we go then for Havoc Gamer coming to the line. In fact, yes, he does a little bit of a cheeky cut to reduce some time, and an 11.3 is what Havoc Gamer can manage. So this is foot face then on an out lap. We've then got the Mercedes of Mr. Business on a flyer.
Oh yes.
So here we go, Mr. Business coming to the end, and that is an 11.351. 300's clear at the top. AY Games a 12.001. And he is 7/10 behind both of these drivers, and has got plenty of work to do on these dry compound tyres if he wants to make his way into the third and final part of qualifying, the part of qualifying that matters most. We've then got Marks and Jamie Cash, both on their outlaps. McFluffy behind them. He is barreling down the straight now on his flyer, an 11.5. Just 2/10 back from Havoc, and Mr. Business is the best he's going to be able to do here. Havoc Gamer, of course, will probably be into the pits at the end of this lap then, and he'll have probably one more attempt at it, to be honest, before he'll have to call it quits. But let's see if he's still able to get through. He probably will be able to. Let's see what other times people have on the board as footface then. Goes to the... Wow. Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
A 10-1 for footface and a 10-1. Wow. Have they got the super softs on? Oh my goodness. That is an incredible differential in that time.
But they've done it at the right time though. And
the safety car's out again. The safety car's out again. Sorry, Juniors.
Oh, you're joking. You're joking. No, it's fine. No, I can see it on the screen.
It's
I was going to say,
Mr. Business
like, a lot of these drivers going on softs immediately. Either not letting he's not letting the track dry, so that it gives them more of a delta to go faster on the circuit. So, like, leaving it as late as now, if you went out with 3 minutes to go, the amount of time you would save would just be so much more beneficial. But these drivers now that have cost, like Havoc, A Games, for instance, Max Hearts, they're not great lap times because they went out first. If they let it's all about track evolution, and you've got to be patient with the track. Oh yeah, I just, oh my god, just went through the safety car.
They drive through it, don't they? And well, what is happening? There's I've got another clip coming through, but what? I just want to know what on earth is happening. Jeremy, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. Yeah, indeed, we are looking on the up. I think Mr. Business is out of fuel. To me, he's driving precariously slowly.
Very slowly.
That he won't get another lap in.
You are correct.
Yeah, but just to reiterate,
no, that's his qualifying over.
Yeah, and well, a 1:08.9, another second improvement. I think Mr. Business is out. I think he's out qualifying, if I'm being honest.
I think he's messed it up, yeah. I completely agree.
Oh, he's blocked one of the Red Bulls. Is that Xavi on
the flyer? That's Xavi. No, that's Xavi.
I think that's him on a flyer, because these are fresh tyres.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
He's blocked Xavi badly there.
I mean, that could cost him. That could cost Xavi. He's backing out. He's bought it. So that's huge. That's huge.
Oh, so Mr. Business has forgotten to pit. Wonderfully convenient. Oh, and it started raining. Dan has set a 1:08.4, half a second quicker again. So yeah, as you were saying, especially with these wet conditions, now it's sunny. That evolution is just getting greater and greater and greater. And it's worth waiting till the end of the session to actually put in your time, just because of how much that track is evolving as the session progresses. So we've got Marks, who I think he has to stay out. He has to stay out and go for another lap because he hasn't got enough time to change his tyres. So who else is currently out there? I think this is Jay-Z. The safety car's
why
there
is Mr.
again.
Business out again? Mr. Business staying out again.
Well, he knows he can't get in time, so I don't know whether he's going to maybe perhaps try and...
my god, he's a massive mountain on flyer, and I think I was A-game. Jeez, he's really on the edge.
Yeah, well, that's his lap invalid, and he'll be out of qualifying now. Jay-Z sits himself pretty in P2, just about a tenth behind. I think now is when we're going to see the track at its most evolved. We then see Havoc Gamer putting in a 108.4 right behind Dan's lap time. Looking pretty good for him. Jammy Cash, that's the best he's going to be able to set. Same for Rolling Dice as well. Javi, he's used all the ERS he possibly can. He activates his DRS now to get himself out of the bottom 5. Javi to the line. Yes, he does, all the way up to P1, a 10th clear. That pushes Fluffy into the elimination zone, but Fluffy is going to get himself out. And yeah, indeed, Mr. Business is very much out of qualifying. I think that's a relative certainty. And Zyro, though, is about 5 seconds up on his time. We'll have to wait and see if he's going to push Rolling Dice into the elimination zone, or he himself will find...
Oh, he got a slide!
Is he out?
Oh, to white port.
Yes, he's through. He's through. And that means Rolling Dice is eliminated in qualifying. They've got Footface to the line now. P6 is the best he can manage. Hards is still out there, but it's not going to matter. He is through into Q3. Jay-Z celebrating, almost in the wall there. A nomination without on. What can we say? He's here in our hearts, wherever we go. And yeah, Hards pulled into the pit. So, what is happening with these safety cars just appearing in the middle of the track just randomly? I've got 2 other incidences.
I could not say one thing.
I don't know if it happens for the drivers as well, because if it isn't for the drivers, I actually don't see a problem with it, because we can just get excited and laugh about it. But if it is for the drivers, it can be incredibly distracting. It could even disguise another car. They might emergency brake because they think they're not going to drive through it, and cause some major contact further down the field. Yeah, you just don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what we get based off of that. If we get some information coming through from some of the drivers. To be fair, none of them have actually complained yet. So I don't think it really is affecting them. But yeah. No, so they're not seeing the safety car on track. So yeah, like I said, no real issue for them. Just as a spectator, we're seeing the ghosts of the safety car, which is rather intriguing. But well, let's make our way into Q3 now. I just got these 2 bits downloading, and then, in fact, actually, Techie can make a nice fat compilation of the safety cars that we've seen. But wow. So oh, are you back again then, Junitsu? Alright, I need to see if I can get these clips sent through already. See, it's nice in larger leagues because you have someone to actually send the clips through for you, whereas in our lovely little league we call XLR, we are everything. Right, once I can start sending these clips through, we can actually get some focus back on what's happening. Jammy Cash doesn't need an invite. Oh my goodness, Gianuzzi's Wi-Fi has died. See, this is the problem with the Welsh, you know. It's that Welsh weather. Yeah, sweet. It's sunny, but no Wi-Fi. And the safety car's there again. What on earth? I'm mystified and interested. If you're seeing this on, I hope everyone's seeing this on the stream. Om is literally driving the safety car right now. Yeah, I know, it's really weird. The safety car's just there for me. Right, Giannuzzi, I think he's just connecting himself now. I think his Wi-Fi's given up and he's trying in other ways. Yeah, well... Alright, sweet. I already sent 2 of them, and then there's more in the compilation for later. So Jamie Cash is out of qualifying then, as he is disconnected from the session. So here we go then for Dan. He is just come through Decina Delago now, on his way up through Ferradura, very aggressive, clonking that curb on the inside slightly more than you perhaps usually would, as he's now through turn 8 into the long left hand, that is turn 9. He's then got turn 10 coming up, a nice deep corner before he makes his way through the long left-hander of turn 11. Desperately those tyres clinging to what limited grips that they've got left on them. And then he powers his way through. He's got just a couple of turn corners to go here, just 14 and 15. Incoming ad brake, it's oh well. Hards goes to the top with a 108.8 and a 108.3 coming out for Dan. That's an impressive time for him, as we're going to see the rest of the drivers come across the line now. Another 108.8 coming in from Footface. We're then going to see the Alpine of Fluffy, who moves himself up into P4 now. This is where the intensity of the laps just continues to be amplified throughout the beauty of this circuit. We've then got one of the Alfa Romeos. That's Marks coming to the line now. No lap for him. I think he might have backed out of that one. Don't know how he's managed to not set a time though, even though he went over the line. Is that lap time just not loaded in for me? Invalid. That would be why. Yeah, we didn't quite catch him in time to see that one. So that's pretty much the first set of laps done, and we've only got 5 times on the board. Why is that then? Jamie Cash, 5 times on the board. So Jamie Cash, he will not be taking part in the session as he is out, effectively. I don't know if that's a nice little glitch. And I assume, well, Xavi's just coming out late, but well, everyone should have enough sets of tyres. I'd assume Marks will be recharging and will be going again in a moment. Just for the time being, I think actually Mr. Giannuzzi has died via Wi-Fi. So yeah, Mark's looking to burn as much fuel as possible. Then he'll be the next driver on a flying lap, and he just begins that now. I'm getting pinged for no reason whatsoever. Right then, let's stick this one out with Marks then. He's into the pits. Max, Marks, same thing, you know. So then we got our 3 drivers. Oh, are you back?
Yeah, sorry, Wi-Fi is just not liking me today. Every time I do an XLR event, the Wi-Fi just says no. I cannot bear it anymore. BT are just in the mud.
Oh really? You've got. Oh, I don't know how BT behaves out in South Wales, but back at home, my BT's fine. But I do use an Ethernet cable though, so that might be a contributing factor.
So do I. Like, I do it for my Xbox, so it's more stable. But the trouble is like, because we're like in a rural area, like we're down right at the end of like I'm not, and like the county which is at the end of Wales, it's just like it's just so poor. But like there's this new internet provider that do like, was it a minimum of 150 megabytes a second for like £20, and I thought that's a good deal. And BT only do like 50 megabytes for about £30 a month, and I just thought, yeah, we're gonna sack them off and then get this new internet.
New mate, I'll literally beat you out of the comms team. Keep. Right. Here we go then for Xavi coming to the line. He goes to provisional pole position with a 107.8. Decent lap from him. We've then got Zyro. I find it so funny that no, I wouldn't. I'd kick you out of the league.
Said about Zyro.
Zyro literally is the exact same name as Pyro,
Yeah.
just with the Z.
But I just said it's just like his long lost brother. Just
Yeah.
across
Oh no, he's invalidated.
Yeah, his long lost brother across the English Channel because he's French.
Oh, get him out of the league. How are we allowing French people to race? That's shocking. Jay-Z has invalidated his first lap and will be going again.
Backmarker.
Jay-Z, he might as well just change his Xbox name to Backmarker at this point. He gets enough.
Jay-Z1QX dash backmarker. Or brackets backmarker.
Wait, he's not French.
He's not French, he thinks he's cool with a flag. Well,
how on earth is the French flag cool?
It's not.
How does he think that's cool? It's not cool. The French flag is not cool. The French flag is awful and should be burnt at every opportunity. Wait, what is he? Is he British then? Because then I
don't know.
So what nationality is our driver? Question mark. Right
Question
then.
of the day.
Oh, he's German. Okay, that's more valid then.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Tell you what,
brother from Germany.
Cologne Cathedral is absolutely stunning, so I have to respect that.
I would love to go to Berlin.
Well, I'm hopefully going to go to Germany in the summer, so German road trip.
Oh, happy days.
Here we go for Jay-Z then, to the line, goes up to P2 with a 108.3. During the break, we can talk more about the summer and what's going to happen. Mark's to the line now, or Max to the line, sorry. It's these haters in the chat just don't help the performance, do they? A 108.3 for him. Come on.
Faces on the laugh.
I
saw a French flag on the what's the flag on the right, fair enough.
French flag looks Polish. Geo game flamed question mark. Right. We said Footface was on a lap, didn't we?
Of course you are correct.
Karl Marx. Yes, no, that's not who. Well, I hope that's not who it is because
Unless he's done a lap. Sorry, I may have done it. No, I think is he gonna box? He's done one lap already.
Yeah, I think he might be in the pits. He is.
Oh yeah. First face, take your ERS off. Please. Waste our time.
Right then, I think we got Max on an in lap and Jay-Z. The safety car's out again. It's just chilling there. What is it doing? Safety car, you can't go to provisional pole. Get back in the pits. Bert Myland has decided to go back to racing. So here we go then for... Well, Marx is about to go once again then. At 1:26, what a time. I think it's peculiar that... How many laps has he done on this set of tyres, by the way? Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot.
That's his second lap now.
If
you want to count 3 as an out lap, then yeah, you can.
Oh, safety car appears again. This is...
Surprised no one's keeping their Delta positive, considering the safety cars.
This is... Well, we'll see if Marx is, but yeah, that's just... It's so peculiar why it's there. Why is it there? That's my number one question.
It knows what it's doing. It knows what it's doing.
Why? I just... yeah, new bug. If... Well, I think you'll see on the Instagram... XLR_F1 a bit later on the amount of safety cars that have been out. I think how many times? I think I've seen it more than we would if Tier 2 did a race at Monaco so far in qualifying, which is peculiar. I think Fluffy. I think we missed Fluffy on a lap because he's on low ERS.
Zyro went to P6 with 108.
With bad commentators, how are we missing 2 laps?
I found it funny really, and the safety car's out again. It's actually up sound now. And, I thought Dan was going to get up one, seeing his car angle go to the left, but now he's kept it on the track, which is the main thing and what we want.
Indeed. Right, where are we looking then? We've got Havoc Gamer just about to begin his final flying lap. You know, I'm not really sure what Marx is doing because he's going to be on really old tire. I don't know. It's a strange individual.
He's doing the sneaky like he
literally is. He's literally doing sneaky, Tier 2 sneaky. Oh my god.
What a boy! What a boy!
So Fluffy then coming to the line, no ERS left on that car, 3,000th slower. That's the best he's going to manage, and he got very close to the wall. Yeah,
yeah,
indeed.
he's given a nice toe actually.
Yeah,
that's quite enough for Haas to move up the order, but there we go.
Indeed, that'll be.
He's about to get a lap, and he's going to get a nice toe from Gyro for Sandarati.
So Marks will be starting once again, another lap. I don't know how many laps it's started, but we're going to sit with Xavi then, currently on provisional pole. How much is he going to improve by on his final flying lap? He's 1,000th down, no improvement for him. That is all he's going to be able to manage. Dan, will he be able to knock him off provisional pole? I don't quite think he's going fast enough so far. No, he's not. Just a little bit off. Havoc Game has been pretty fast throughout this session. Where's he going to land? P2, about 2/10 away, still a little too far. We saw Footface in the wet, driving with incredible speed, but that's not quite come over to the dry, and he is into the pit lane, backing off his lap. Fluffy invalid on this attempt. We've then got Jay-Z. I think I just saw glimpses of the safety car once again. Jay-Z, yeah. I think he might be one of the only ones that can displace Xavi on provisional pole position at the moment. He got a nice slipstream through the first part of the lap. Let's see if that has continued through the other few corners. Jay-Z to the line. P4 is best he can manage.
He had a really poor second sector. He dropped about, oh my goodness, about nearly 2 times through the second sector, considering he was about 600 stuff, so yeah, not ideal for our back marker there. But doing well in P4.
Indeed. It's certainly not a bad effort the second row. Well then, Xavi takes our pole position from Havoc Gamer, Dan, and then Jay-Z. They'll be followed by Marks and Haas on the third row, the fourth row occupied by Zyro and Footface, and then McFluffy and Jammy Cash on that fifth row. Only goes downhill from there. Right, that should be... Oh dear, I've got to take a picture of qualifying for Jay-Z. We'll just wait for us to wait.
All the confirmation to go through. Oh, we're going to have to do a restart, aren't we? Because Jammy can't get in. I just realised he's having issues.
Yeah, that might be why he needs the picture.
Yeah, he had the left and disconnect. I'll tell you what, I'll go into the race once everyone readies up, and then I can get the full grid then after that.
Well, just in case we can get... Oh yeah, no. We can, yeah, we'll just wait for this to be through, and then we can... So whilst Jay-Z can start setting up the lobby with all the settings, we can get him the qualifying order, and then everything can move much quicker and smoother. So that's exactly what we want. Fast and smooth service. That's what we aspire for. Right.
No safety cars, no tickets, just pure clean racing.
And that...
I just realised I can't. Oh wait, no I can. Okay, there's that. How come we've only still 15 drivers? What on earth is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone just fell asleep today.
Well, just to keep some entertainment, I watched WrestleMania last weekend, and I must say, what a main event that was on Sunday. It was fantastic. I actually loved it. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, 1 hour before I was meant to get ready for the gym. And my tribal chief, Roman Reigns, what a legend, by the way. He sadly lost, but the story had to be finished by Cody. And I gotta say, you know...
Do you grab a picture of the qualifying order?
I have.
Alright, that's good then. Just put that in a tier leader chat, just so we can...
I will do, of course, absolutely.
Right then,
destroying Mr. Business. But yeah, great match on Sunday night.
To be honest, I never really watched WWE.
Jim. That's fair enough.
I don't know. Some of the clips are entertaining, but I don't know if I'd be able to sit through a whole event. I saw Speed was there.
I didn't. Oh no, I skipped, right. I skipped the whole Sunday. Oh my God, it was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. He was barking at Randy Orton,
Yeah,
and then Randy Orton just kicked him. He was in his prime bottle. He was in the prime bottle. He just kicked the shell out of him.
I
Right,
just want to know
and then
how Speed gets invited to these things, and like who is inviting this man because
the
wherever he goes, he just causes chaos.
code of conduct.
Oh, great, that's invite didn't go through.
Well, it was KSI. It was KSI last year.
Mm.
KSI was in the prime suit, but like I understand Speed because he was trying. I think he was trying to kick Randy Orton, and then he's trying to bark, and then all of a sudden Randy goes to Speed. It's like he does a bark like oh, 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 and then just RKO's him. Brilliant,
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely brilliant.
it's so funny some of this
That
stuff.
that clip is not been saved.
Yeah, no. Um, yeah, hopefully in the
Uh,
summer we can find our way to Germany at some point. Because that'd be fun to yeah, see all the stuff that's out there, particularly Nürburgring, like the Porsche Museum and stuff. Like that looks so much fun. So I have to
oh yeah,
wait and see about going there. What is even happening?
it's really painful, mate. My Wi-Fi is really painful. Like in the day, my Wi-Fi would be okay, but now it's come to night. It's seen XLR's on. It's like my Wi-Fi's like, how about no? And just
Yeah.
like slows everything down. I'm trying to take a picture. I'm trying to send my picture into the team leader chat, and it's only about 1/5 of the way through,
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
goodness,
this is pain.
mate.
Oh, it's sent. It's sent somehow. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
like
it finally sent. Yeah, I just can't. I wouldn't be able to hack poor Wi-Fi. It's like I'm so used to having lightning Wi-Fi that at home and at uni I've got really really fast Wi-Fi. So it's like if I didn't have that, I'd be like, oh my gosh.
my contract runs out in. Oh well, it's not my contract. It's my mum's contract. Let's just be real on that. It's not my Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi contract runs out in November time. So I've only got 7 months, I think. May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, 7 months. So I'm nearly there. I'm
Yeah.
getting there. I'm
Are
getting
you gonna get
closer.
better Wi-Fi
Oh, of course.
then?
No doubt about that. Like honestly,
Yes.
just like nah, like BT can go.
Well, it's just painful because it's not even just everything's so slow, it's so frustrating when people are like, you want to load something quickly or it's an important thing you need to send, and then it just takes forever. I had that
It
once.
does.
I was
It
trying to
does.
I sent a message on a work group chat, and like, it took so long to send. It took like 3 days to send, for no reason. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. But I think that was the app that I was sending it on rather than actually the physical Wi-Fi. But
Yeah.
oh, tell
Oh,
you what, I'm picking up a lot of pings at the moment on Discord. So so
yeah.
so many pings.
How was your gym?
Gym
How is the
today
gym going?
was yeah, today's session was pretty good. I'm 2 weeks away from maxing out, so
Perfect.
so yeah, no, going pretty well. I think today's total was like a 420 total, um,
Oh yeah,
and there's plenty left in the
that's
tank
great.
there, so we will see.
Yeah. I finally had a gym buddy come
All
with me
right,
today after my uncle was down from his home to my my home county, and like he's a tank. He's just an absolute tank. Like
fair
you
play.
cannot. I like I look at me and like he's like triple my size. Like he's just like
Yes.
But it was fun. It was fun because I tried some new things, and like I did back and biceps today. It was a pole
Yeah.
day, and it was just so fun because I was trying to get the last reps in, and I'm just my face is like just like with my face like just going into concentration mode, just trying to get that last rep in, and you're
Yeah.
like, go on, go on, go on, and I'm like,
Oh,
last rep,
mate.
go on, go on, go on.
It's so good sometimes when you're just training with people because it's so much better. And like you
It's
can, yeah,
it's nice though because you got that company as well. Like for
yeah,
me, it's quite hard because I'm like I don't mind working alone. I'm used to it, but it's always nice when you can talk to someone and have a laugh, and it doesn't you don't have to do every exercise together, but if you know someone in the gym and you can just talk to them, it's just nice just to have that little bit of company.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. It's always good. It's always a
yeah,
positive to have, um, you know, people that you know a bit of everywhere really. So yeah, well, looks like we're looking pretty dry at the moment, which is promising. Um,
wonder what tire compounds everyone is going to go for. I think Footface is going to go mediums, looking at the garage.
how can you see in his garage?
Yeah, I can just see the tire,
Oh, what those
the
mediums sat
tire.
on the edge? I can
Yeah,
see those too.
yeah. It just gives like an Easter egg of seeing what people are going to be on. That's the only tires I can see. So, Footface, if you're seeing this, you're exposed, pal.
Imagine he's on hards.
Oh, I'd look like a fool.
You've been exposed for exposing GNHC. Oh gosh.
It was my gym sesh. That's my excuse for tonight.
Feeling a little tired. Right, whilst I don't have to talk for a bit, I can actually get some fresh air because it gets really
Go for
hot
it.
in here.
You can
My
crack on.
goodness.
Oh, are we going too early?
Question
Oh
mark?
no, Daisy says no. Daisy said just go. So oh god no.
He's given up.
Sorry, Solid. Your fresh is just completely timed out.
Oh, what a shame. I have to close my window again. To be honest, only really actually.
Oh,
Oh dear. Only really
oh,
closed that window, open that window just because otherwise, if when you like you're sat in a room for a long and it's just stuffy and hot, and I got like the PlayStation running
not
and
nice.
it's oh well. I think are we getting a restart because a
Oh,
few people have
is Mr.
left.
Business has
Yep,
left.
and we're getting a restart.
Well, that's not good, isn't it? And some people just driving across the. Oh my goodness me. Oh,
Oh, great.
tier two. What is wrong with you guys? I think I know why they disqualified as well, because they've probably gone somewhere, they probably went to get a drink, and all of a sudden, someone's readied up too early, and they're still downstairs, minding their own business.
Alright, quit to main menu. Oh, right. I think we're going to have some people joining for the race, to be honest.
Well, we need it, unless
Hmm.
you want me to commentate and drive at the same time. I'm
Do you want
kind of
to
happy
at the
to,
same time?
kind of happy. I did it in France last season.
I know Numi did it by accident in Hungary.
That was funny. I loved that.
And then he just like, instead of just like leaving the session. Oh yeah, Numi can talk about. Wait, did he go on holiday? Oh, what? Numi, were you on holiday in Easter holidays?
He went. Where did he go? Norfolk, is it?
He lives in Norfolk.
Sorry, I thought. Oh, right. Okay.
No, he apparently went to France, climbed on rocks, survived a bomb scare in Paris. That's how you know you went to France when your life was threatened for no reason. That's just how the French do it, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Business does not want me to drive him com, so I'm just going to get the Kurt Angle theme and say, you suck. And yeah, just give me a mo. Yeah, you'll see it in driver chat now. Oh, same for Jay Z. Same for Jay Z.
just you send it to Universe. He's not even guilty. Tom's not even guilty.
He said it. He said it.
Oh, dear me. Dear me. Yeah, no.
Some
France,
people.
to be fair though, as much as I hate on France, I wouldn't mind visiting. But, like, it'd be a quick pop in and
There is,
spit on the ground and leave, you know?
yeah. There is one thing I do respect about France, and it's that if they don't like something, they will protest it.
They are very,
They
very good
will
at
protest it,
protesting.
and I
Yeah.
do highly respect that. But when it comes to other stuff, it's like, what are you guys doing? You know, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think.
Jay-Z can't risk it, considering I'm one of the cleanest drivers from last season, and I'm semi-retired as well. What is wrong with you?
Oh
What is
dear.
going on?
Alright, we're just trying to wait and see what even happens because, yeah.
Wait, who said shut up, mate?
Oh,
Oh,
Pepe's got timed out.
it sounds so wrong what he said. It sounded so wrong.
Which one? The I want
The
Charlotte.
uh,
Oh, there was this one. I remember this one other league race we do. Um, this one other league race that I did. There was oh, I think there was like one girl in the league, and we were at Canada, right? And this guy, and obviously Canada tends to get quite a lot of penalties. And there's this one driver, he got like the most penalties. So as a joke, with all the podium interviews and stuff, then after we just like got him in as like a joke thing to like, oh, congrats on getting the most amount of penalties. And this guy, we were like, oh yeah, so how was your race? And how did you manage to get so many penalties? He was like, oh, I was doing it just to impress the girl, and everyone lost it. Like, of all the things you could have said as your excuse, you were impressing someone by getting a load of penalties. And this guy had like 40 seconds of corner cutting penalties.
what on earth?
Literally, everyone in the pie just lost it because like he was finished. That's literally so some people it's just, I don't even think he
I don't
meant for
know
it to
how
be
else
like
I
that
can put
funny,
it.
but like it was just the way he said it as well. I don't think I've got the clip anywhere, but it's so funny. Hmm. But yeah, right. What did Numi say? Because slow risk of pedestrian. Pedestrian. The thing is, right, is that I've got a few countries that I want to visit. Um, especially, I really want to go to Italy. That's
Good shout. Good shout. I like that.
that's one of my ones. I want to go to. To be honest, I'm going to do a lot of it. Like when I go, I'm going to do a lot of it. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to go Ferrari, see the factory and stuff. You
So
can't not go to Maranello
yeah,
and Imola.
I
Go there because that's my favorite circuit. Um,
yeah.
and then
So
the lakes.
my
The lakes are
grandfather,
so beautiful.
yeah, my grandfather is actually Italian, and he was born and raised in a small town called Noci in southern Italy, which is
All
the
right.
closest city. The closest city is Bari, which is about 30 minutes away, and I've been there twice
Hmm.
to Noci because I have extended family
Yeah.
there as well, and it's amazing to see.
Hmm.
And what I will say is how lovely some of the beaches are because the waters there as well are crystal clear.
Yeah, because
It's
it's
really,
Mediterranean, isn't
really
it?
nice. Yeah, Mediterranean. It's just brilliant. It's just absolutely fantastic. But I've had family in Rome. I had an aunt in Milan as well. But I also would like to go to Venice. And I tell you what I've been playing as well, Solid. I've been playing Assassin's Creed 2. And it shows about the 1400s of what Italy was like in Fiorentina, Magello,
Oh.
Venice, and it's just like I would just love to go as a ghost and just see. I'd just love to go back in time and just see what it's like. Obviously, I wouldn't want to be sentenced to death for treason, but Nah, I would, just one day, just see what the girls are like there, and just see what the culture's like, because it's
Yeah.
all different. It's all different back in those days, and it would just be
Mm.
great, great to see.
Yeah, I think the thing is that whilst time travel is like theoretically possible, um, it's not really possible at the same time just because of the way. But effectively, if you traveled faster than the speed of light, you could time travel. But how are you gonna travel faster than the speed of light? I don't know if that's not possible. So it makes time travel impossible. But theoretically, we could time travel. But you'd basically have to go further away in the universe. The further out you go, and you look through a massive
Yeah.
telescope,
How do I
you'd
say it?
you'd be able
So,
to see it back in time.
Master Uguay says in Kung Fu Panda that nothing is impossible. And it isn't, because who knows? It's natural selection at the end of the day. The smart get smarter, the dumb get dumber, with all due respect to anyone watching the stream. But the trouble is, like, you could be looking in the you could be looking in, like, when we're probably passed away and somewhere in the heavens, or so in hell if I do, but I got no idea what will happen. It could be possible for anyone to go back in time. And I mean, it would be funny though to think about it, because if time travel was possible, would we just be real life? Or it would be funny, wouldn't it? It would be really weird. Because if you were crossing with someone, if one person's time traveling back, let's say to 2024, when all the shit is going down in the UK, and we were asking, oh, where are we? And we're just like, yeah, we're just in the bloody apocalypse of the UK right now. How would
Mm.
that be possible?
It'd be so. I think because obviously the events wouldn't. You know how sometimes you see it when they time travel in the movies and they change past events. It's that thing of, are there other universes that exist that are basically different variations of when people have messed with you know what I mean, like. But I think that's, to be
Aye,
honest, that's way too far fetched, and like I think I've got bigger problems to worry about than
Jabby Cash, you are a legend. Just in the chat.
oh, oh, jammy, whoa, mate, you can just send me a snap anytime. I didn't even realise, I was too busy thinking about. Well, we've got another 3 minutes to have some shower thoughts.
What can we think of? Oh, unpopular opinions then. So, F1 edition or anything in general?
Okay, I've got an interesting one. Um,
Okay, go.
in GT World Australia, um, there's this driver, and she was a racing driver, and then she quit, and now everything is and then she went and she's basically made an OnlyFans and stuff, and now she's back racing, and her car is like OnlyFans sponsored. Is it right to have? I don't think it's right to have this glorification of like pornography and things like that on racing cars. Is that like a thing that's right?
I I think it's a right and wrong as well, because like with betting companies in football, they're allowed to have their own sponsors on the shirts, but
Mm.
any children shirts, they're not allowed because it's a gambling promotion. And I do agree, because children can see that, they can ask mum and dad what is OnlyFans, and they're gonna search it up and just look at boobs and butts and all that type of stuff,
Yeah,
and like,
and just sorry, I'm just going to interrupt quickly. Yeah, just
yes,
for
all
the
right.
context of who this person is, she makes porn.
In case anyone's trying to
Yeah,
figure
in
that
case
out.
trying to justify that it's not actually OnlyFans. Yes, she makes porn. I think. I don't know. I don't watch any of that shit.
It is intimacy in a video, pretty much,
You don't need to
doing
explain
really, really
porn.
naughty
We're
stuff.
not. Oh my
I
god!
tell
And
you what,
Jamie's
sorry,
actually
I
sent me a
don't mean
snap.
being on the stream. screen for about a good 40 minutes, and this has been such a... Oh, God, no.
Should we see what it is?
40 minutes. No, I don't know what Javi's put in, but I do not want to find out.
Whoa, you definitely don't. It's just a picture of him.
Oh, we got the green light. We're going. We got the green light.
Yeah, but just to quickly finish up my quick summarization of my app. Yeah, I just don't think it's right. I just think that, like, especially on something, where we have a lot of kids watching, I think, again, at the end of the day, though, money talks, and there's, nothing I can really do about that. Money makes the world
go round, unfortunately. And, I mean, to be fair, if it goes to F1, then God knows what the future's going to be like.
Well, again, this kind of stuff has always been, because the bad stuff makes the most money. You don't see the honest worker being the richest guy. You have to be even in business, you have to be a bit of a tyrant in a way to really make it far. You've got to be tough, But yeah, I think I don't really agree with it. But then again, you can say the same thing. We can go into well, what's the efficacy of betting companies and things like that. But anyway, I think that's a safety car talk. Possible restart talk.
Yeah.
So let's.
It's like those smoking companies though as well. Back in the 80s, because it was normal back in those days to have Marlboro, wasn't it? Marlboro.
Yeah, cigarettes, Marlboro, Camel, all of those guys.
Yeah, and it's funny to think how today's oh, someone's gone to the ground. Oh, sorry, Xavi just glitched on my screen. Goodness me, live problems.
Going back
right,
to
I'm gonna completely do the safety car, put it in. Let's get racing.
Yeah, so let's quickly run over the tyres everyone's got before we get back onto it. So Xavi then has medium compound tyres on, hards for Havoc. Dan, Jay-Z, Max, hards on mediums. Zyro on the softs. Everyone else on mediums, apart from Andrew, who has selected the hards. Yeah. Well, let's actually get on with this race. Let's lock in a little bit and get ready for this getaway then, as we are already an hour and 17 minutes in the stream. We've already been demonetised. Oh no.
Okay, bad boost to Ben for today's race. So I'm going to reckon safety car within 5 laps is going to be 3-1. Front face gas is qualified already. A Jay-Z podium, I reckon that's a good shout. 12-1 in my opinion. And a Xavi win is looking at 5-1.
Here we go then. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 red lights. And lights out, and away we go then for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Xavi looks like he's got a fairly decent getaway, but look at Havoc Gamer on the inside. He's got a fantastic getaway on those hard tyres, but Xavi on the mediums. It's going to be there! He spins round, makes contact with the Williams of Dan, but stays in a straight line. More contact is made, and Xavi is forced behind the Williams driver now, all the way down to P3 for the man who started on pole position and looked like he would lead into turn 1. We've got more yellow flags in the background. I think that's Andrew. Andrew's had a spin somewhere around the track. We've then got more squabbling coming into turn 4 and turn 5. The Mercedes, I think he's going 3 wide all the way around the outside. There's more contact between Marks and Jamie Cash. Jamie's now got the inside coming in to the Ferradura corner. Manages to make it work. His teammate also following him through into turn 7. And the Red Bull and the Alpine are squabbling for space around Footface, who plants his Ferrari perfectly to maintain his position for the remainder of this lap. We've still got plenty of racing to go then, as there's one of the Alphas. That's Marks diving very close to the rear of Mr. Business. I'm sure he might have been a little bit too close for comfort there, as Footface tries to go around the inside, throw Jun Cao. That was a pretty aggressive, and certainly a place we don't really see many overtakes happening all of the time. But then we're going to stick with this mid-pack, as they seem to be the closest on circuit through the early stages of this Grand Prix.
Taking the lead.
Yeah, indeed he has. But it says he's in 1 minute and 11 ahead. And look at Xavi on the inside through the exit of the Centre S's. That's through turn 3. Xavi's made his way back ahead of Havoc Gamer. I don't think those hard tyres firing up quite as well as he would have hoped for off the start of the Grand Prix. We've then got Jamie Cash. Haas is stuck between the 2 Mercedes in the middle of the pack. So much happening all around the circuit. It's pretty difficult to navigate through all of it. And well, I think we're going to start to see separate battles and separate different packs of everyone, starting to form as we get slightly further and deeper into the race, but still very, very close all together for now. There's sort of this leading pack of 4, and I think we've then going to start to see the 2 Mercedes and Haas close in on that pack as well, with Marks not too far behind. So Footface has dropped down the order quite significantly there. I'm not exactly sure what's happened to him. Yeah, he's not. It looked like
jump style. What's the right word I'm looking for? He hugs the corner too much. He hugs the curve.
He was too tight to the apex, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it compromised his exit, which allowed the other drivers from behind to overtake him. So he got a really poor exit after, and he's well under pressure from Cliffy Clive at the moment. Yeah, he's doing alright so far.
But here we go then. We've now starting to get the DRS enabled, and look at the 2 Mercedes squabbling away. Looks like trying to go round the outside on Mr. Business is hard, and that has actually invited Jammy Cash to send one to the inside. He's managed to make that one work, but Hard is still going to try and fight him, although he decides to back out of that one and falls back into the slipstream. And now Jammy Cash is up into P6 just behind his teammate, and through all that squabbling, Marks is now also just behind as well. We've then got Footface battling his way out with AY Games. AY trying to get the switch back, but Footface now has the inside line as they make their way through turn 9 and into turn 10. The Aston Martin will not quite be able to send one as Rolling Dice managed to get through as well. I think Footface has managed to clawed himself back up into P10 now.
2 positions already. Yeah, 2 positions from.
So he is indeed on that comeback as we jump to the leaders then, as there's going to be DRS for Xavi, who is on a comeback charge after a very poor getaway. Where is his DRS?
Is he saving it maybe? Is he waiting for now?
Perhaps he might be, because we've seen I think he might be. Yeah, he has. That's interesting tactics from Xavi, looking to not deploy the DRS. Perhaps he doesn't want to make an aggressive move this early on, to be honest. That could just be his genuine tactic.
Look at the top 4. They're gone. They have absolutely gone from the pack. I mean, Mr. Business is 2.1. Oh, yellow flags.
Andrew.
That is Andrew.
As Haas and Jammy Cash, though, do battle away yet again. Hello. We've got Haas on the inside, but that becomes the outside line. Incredibly difficult to hold it all the way around the outside, and he unfortunately doesn't quite have the grip to do so. And he, once again, has to sit behind Jammy for yet another lap. These two continue to squabble like this. Mr. Business will be able to drop outside, will be able to escape the DRS that Jammy Cash will have. And, Marks might start getting involved in this fight as well. So I think what the top 4 are doing are kind of trying to form a gap, or they're not really being too aggressive with each other. And I think actually
Xavi's DRS is. Oh, he's closed it. He's closed it really early.
He doesn't want that move too early. He doesn't want that move too early. But perhaps we'll switch to him through the exit of the Center S. I think Dan is wise to his strategies, and perhaps will be using his ERS in these locations to try and get that launch off the back of Xavi, who is going to be right on the rear of the Williams coming into turn 4. But that's not going to quite be enough to make that move. We're very much going to move back to the fight a little further back. And, I think it's started to settle down now. I think we're going to start to get into the period of the race where we're going to have to see the endurance happen. I think we just did see a move somewhere. Yeah, AY Games in the Aston managed to get himself ahead of Footface. Oh, there's contact! There's contact there. Clivity Clive right into the back of Footface. And that sent Footface in a bit of a spin. And that's put him back to where he was just a couple of laps ago, really. Reset all of the progress the young man had made. And Fluffy, as a result, has managed to climb up into P11 and can perhaps try and get into the DRS of AY and think about a move. But I think we need to take a look at what... Xavi. And there's Jay-Z and Havoc. Yeah. Jay-Z's managed to make that move with DRS. And it's really interesting what Xavi's doing, because he clearly doesn't want to get that.
I think he's afraid of going ahead, because I feel like... I don't know if Dan's got more of a downforce, which is looking like it. He's got really good exits after the standard S's. And I feel like Xavi may have gone for maybe lower wings, for instance. And if he didn't get a good exit at the standard S, Dan could easily overtake him. But is it just maybe waiting for the right time? Is it waiting for Dan to suffocate all of his ERS out? Is he just waiting for a mistake? Is he just going to force him into an error? You just don't know.
Yeah,
This is what he's going to be up to.
I think it's a cautious style of driving, just making sure he's not too close. He's not battling in these early stages. But I mean, to be honest, anything could really happen across the race. And Footface managed to get himself ahead of Fluffy again. We just didn't quite catch that move. And I fear Jay-Z might be repassed again by Havoc Gamer, who pulls to the inside this time and will be ahead into the braking zone of, pardon me, the center S's. Yeah, Jay-Z's just ran out of ERS really, whereas it's 80% on the Haas in front. Havoc does once again have DRS, and that should be a very easy way to get ahead remain ahead, of Jay-Z, who I think now just needs to settle and relax really, and try and gain some of that ERS that he's lost back. This front 8 really, Mr. Business.
Oh, Dan just getting a little bit squirrely just after that long hander, but I was just on board with Dan solid. And his axes are brilliant. His axes are really, really good. As Xavi goes deep into the corner there, just going to cost him a bit of time. But yeah, just going back to what I said, his axes have been brilliant, and that's what's making him keep the positions compared to Xavi, where even if he got a good exit, it's just not quite enough to get in front of him. And we'll just see now on the DRS straight.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to see another move here. Mr. Business all the way around the outside of Jay-Z already before they've even got anywhere near the braking zone. That moves on. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2.
Andrew again, I believe.
Yeah, I think you are very much correct on that one. And Jay-Z drops yet another place. Mr. Business on the rise now, actually using some of the pace that he's got in that Mercedes car. Hard is looking right on the back of Jammy Cash for now. Couldn't find the name, and unfortunately didn't quite work. Marks has been dropped just a little bit now, 1.2 seconds behind Haas. And Havoc Gamer are also being dropped by the front 2. And just as I was saying, as we've seen on the stream and just watching on board with Dan, he's really stable on the car. There's very limited mistakes, there's very little on the corrections front. He's really smooth with the throttle, the steering, and that's what's going to contribute to having better tyre life, throughout the course of the race. And that's Andrew once again through the center S's. That's the second time he's actually spun on that particular location. But I think we are going to see Mr. Business again right on the rears of Havoc Gamer. Has he pulled off?
Oh, he flies past him.
Yeah, indeed. Incredible speed. I'm a bit curious on what Andrew... Yeah, he went off the track again. Sorry, I just had to quickly check out what he was doing. We then got... who's in the pits early on then? It's Rolling Dice. Really early stop. Yeah, really early stop. But then we've seen a change for the race lead.
Stopper. Yes.
Xavi finally making his move here on lap 8. We've got another yellow flag. That's Andrew just on the inside. Let's keep an eye. Oh, he's retired from the session.
Yeah, you'll have to be warned about that. No safety car though, so I don't believe it'll affect anything unless they crash out, obviously. But well, let's just see how Xavi does. Well, or how Dan does into DTA.
Yeah, indeed.
To be coping.
Jammy Cash then has picked up the first 3-second time penalty of this evening. Then pushing the limits of that particular Mercedes. We can only wish that those limits were pushed in real life. And there's that car of Andrew, who's had a rather abysmal race, unfortunately, is removed. And look at Dan already. There he goes, flying past Xavi as we were on board with him there. And he makes that move work very nicely. But let's see if Xavi can fight back through the center S, as he looked a little deep through the first part of the S section of the circuit, which will compromise his exit just a little bit more. But he does have the power of DRS. What we actually did see is him drop a few hundredths and then gain that about a tenth because of the DRS. But yeah, he falters back into the second position. He has been in most of the race as well. Again, that gap is still there between Mr. Business this time instead of Havoc Gamer. And I think Havoc is playing the long game here.
He's doing a really good job, isn't he? I was going to speak about him actually. Because if he can just hold it up. I think Solid's just gone. But
no, keep going.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought you were in a phone call there. I don't know why.
No.
I'm so stupid. autism, man. Don't get it. If Hammond can just hold, keep within Mr. Business, Xavi and Dan, this could play into his hands so much, and he's doing a really good job on those hard tyres. Really well.
Yeah, indeed. It looks like we could be seeing a move for P5 here. Jamie Cash just almost thinking about a move on Jay-Z, who defends right in the centre of the circuit, braking where it just doesn't allow Jamie to get any movement to the inside or the outside to even line up a switchback or anything. Yeah, indeed. But it's again a similar story. Not quite enough straight line speed for Jamie to really make a decisive move to the inside or the outside of the McLaren, who still is sitting pretty in P5 then, and Haas is still just trailing these two, waiting.
Really went in the back of Dan.
Oh my goodness.
God, that's going to be disastrous.
It's almost caused you to die. My goodness.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster for the win. Oh, sorry, pardon me.
Well, what we've got... well, what we got now is quite a large ERS disparity between both Xavi and Dan. It sits at about 40% actually between the pair of them, and that is going to be a deciding factor really when it comes to the checkered. When it does come to the later stints on, I think particularly on in-laps and out-laps, that's what's going to make the big difference, because it's going to help with undercuts and overcuts. Although I say that though,
it's going to be absolutely critical.
Xavi has been gapped a little bit. I think Dan's had a beautiful centre S's, whereas Xavi has not. And well, the gap remains the same despite the fact the DRS was there. Jay-Z still holding off Jamie Cash. These are kind of really the main two fights that we're really looking at. In fact, we're going to actually jump back to AY Games and Footface, who, whilst that fight is going, whilst these guys file their way through the middle sector where not too much action happens, we can see what our guys for the final 2 points paying positions are doing. Footface has managed to re-close the gap to AY. Footface has been on a bit of a bounce back, bounce here, bounce there, bounce a bit of everywhere kind of race really, and I think he's finally finding a bit of a foothold here. So interesting what Rolling Dice has done and gone onto a set of soft compound tyres. Very intriguing that he's selected that particular compound, as we're going to jump back to the front with Xavi only a couple of tenths behind through the centre S's, although again I think that's because he went a little deep. As that exits, look at the difference in the exit. Dan is just making sure he's driving smooth.
Yeah, great exit.
Although Dan is still using RS, he's used another 10%, whereas Xavi has used none effectively. So he's just managing his ERSs, Xavi, waiting for the time to strike. I think is again talking about in laps, out laps, all of that. Yeah. But there we go then. Footface and AY, they were squabbling for a moment. Unfortunately, we missed them on their peak fight, and we move back to the next sort of intermediate section of the circuit. So yeah, I think the way that I see the race playing out now is that Havoc is actually in a phase where I'd expected him to start to get quicker than these medium runners. He's sort of dropped outside of that DRS that
needs
from
a good
Mr.
exit,
Business.
And he hasn't got a good exit. Oh, he's just got it. Oh, he might have just got it. I'll just have a look.
Let's look with Jamie Cash. He looks pretty fast. Jamie looking pretty fast here.
He's looking like it, isn't it?
He's gone for the inside. He sends one late on the brakes. Jay-Z's going to continue to fight it, but he wasn't quite able to. And we're going to jump with Xavi and Dan, because those two are also incredibly close on the circuit, and Xavi has managed to get inside the DRS but doesn't think about a move. Dan was Xavi, again, he's gained 10% ERS, whereas Dan has used 10%. And Xavi is just that much closer. AY Games and Footface squabbling coming down the Retroposta now. AY Games, despite Footface having DRS, managing to get back ahead. I'm not really sure what these two are doing, but they're fighting each other hard, that's for sure. And
yeah,
that's the second time they've swapped positions and then swapped back again. I'm wondering, I think we need to be a bit more vigilant on that little squabble that's happening. And look at Cliverty Clive and Fluffy. Fluffy's just forced Clive wide off the circuit. That's
Oh, Roland Dice is caught up as well.
I mean, we just caught the end of that on the stream, but that was very peculiar from Fluffy, a very aggressive defensive move.
Oh, he's backed out of it. He's waiting, he's being patient.
So then Jamie and Jay-Z are the first of the front runners to dive into the pits here on lap 15. And yeah, Xavi is being very patient, just like he is with his ERS usage, being very, very careful. You know, and there we go. So this is what happens there. Footface sends it to the inside through the center S's. We're actually going to catch this fight throughout the whole way down the Retroposta. But then AY Games has got a better exit coming out of the corner because he's been able to take it as normal. And he's got the DRS and powers back past Footface.
Flies by.
So really, Footface needs to be smart here. He needs to try something different because otherwise AY is just going to be able to defend with the same tactics every time. He needs to come from a different angle of attack, hold back like Xavi's doing for a lap or two, or wait until that second sector before you make your attack. You've just got to do something different occasionally, you know, because otherwise if you do the same thing every time, you become predictable and it's easy to defend.
It is. And I was going to say, actually, Mr. Business was slowly catching up, as he boxes. I was going to say, he was slowly catching up to the top two. And I think Dan is Xavi. No, actually, Xavi's been overtaken Dan. But yeah, he was gaining, but he lost a bit of time on that last lap, and he's boxed now and trying to do the undercut on the top two. And it's quite powerful around here, so could see a change of position.
Well, we've just literally seen for the lead an identical replication of Footface and AY Games with the exact same thing happening. This time at the front rather than for P6 and 7 as it stands, and it's happened again. Footface needs to try something different if he really wants to make this move stick.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking about how powerful that undercut was, you talked about, you know, Jamie Cash was a decent, it was a couple of seconds behind, wasn't he, Mr. Business? And now look where he is.
Not far away at all, and I mean, well, on the softer tyre, it was bound to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course, that outlap and would have been quicker than Mr. Business's on the hard, but again, Jamie will be making another stop, whereas Mr. Business will be going to the end, as Dan then does get into the pit lane, and this is going to get interesting between Footface AY Games and Jamie Cash. So, and through Jun Kao, actually.
Yeah, he's at jump south at the moment.
Yeah, he makes that one work, and Footface will slide to the slipstream, and into the pit lane goes AY Games. Now this is Footface's opportunity to get the hammer down.
It's going to be tight between Dan and Mr. Business here.
Indeed it is. We're going to actually jump on board with Mr. Business to see exactly how tight it is. Both of them on the hard compound tyres going to the end of the race, and Dan slots out just behind Footface then. So he's got traffic in front of him, which is actually going to ironically help Mr. Business, who is going to be on hotter, fresher tyres, more used to how the tyres are feeling on the car. And he will be able to close in just that bit more, because it's unlikely Dan's going to be able to get past Footface through the second sector unless there's a big sense. Oh, he thinks about it. Footface. Footface though did not fight that one whatsoever. He really opened the door for Dan, saw he was going for it and decided, yeah, not really trying to get DNF'd here because I look like I'm going to get some decent points. And that's smart from Footface. Sometimes that's what you have to do.
Look how much that's helped Dan between Mr. Business, and that has cost him so much time as Xavi goes to the pit now.
Yeah, that's very true. Mr. Business has just been caught Footface in the complete wrong part of the circuit, where there's really no space as he pulls into the pits, and that unfortunately, where we thought it might have worked in Mr. Business's favour, hasn't really as much as we'd have wanted to. So let's go on board with Xavi then.
He's going to get overtaken by Mr. Business. Yes, he is.
Indeed, he does. So that's the power of the undercut then. Both Mr. Business and Dan filter out ahead of Xavi, who will have to slot for a net P3 as it stands. And yeah, that's the way the strategy plays out then. That's the way the undercut plays out. Of course, it's slightly fresher tyres for Xavi, but I don't quite see it making too much of a difference. In fact, AY Games and Footface, let's look at those two. The undercut, there's the power of it. 1 second is the gap, and those two were basically on top of each other when they pulled into the pit lane. So that just shows you where everyone is on circuit. Those two will be going to the end of the race. So just everyone else who needs to pit then Zyro will be pitting once again. Clivity Clive and Fluffy still need to make their first stop. Indeed he does. Rolling Dice will be making another stop at some point. Jay-Z, Javi, Mr. Business and Dan, possibly to the end of the race. Jammy Cash, who is currently the technical race leader after the first round of pit stops, will be boxing once again, and Haas still needs to box. I'm wondering if Haas is maybe trying something different, staying out long, getting that tyre advantage. I think there's this weird crossover point where you have, if you stay out long enough, your tyres will be fresh enough to make a difference, but you have to get it right, because if you end up in no man's land where your tyres aren't quite fresh enough to make a difference, but you've also been sat out there too long, it's a difficult and delicate balance to get right, and it's something that Haas needs to nail here, because he doesn't want to be too slow where he's completely at the back, but he doesn't want to have his tyres so, of course, so close to the rest of the guys where he's not able to make that move. If he's not going to make that much difference, and he might as well have boxed earlier, so he's got to make the most of this Haas. And well, he's won a couple of, how many tier 1 races has this man won now?
2 races now.
Yeah.
Both from wet to dry, or dry to wet sessions. He's somehow done it. So
he knows how to drive. He knows how to drive a racing car. So I think we'll just have to wait and see. As there we go then, hello. Dan. Oh no, there's contact between Dan and Jammy Cash. And Jammy Cash is sent spinning on the first corner of the circuit. We only really caught the end of that move. So from what it looked like, I'm not sure if Jammy really left his nose in too long, but he was on the outside basically. So
what was it? Dan was going to be in PI, he was going to have the DRS. So obviously he was going to go for the move, but I don't know if Jammy was just trying to fight it, and it just didn't pay off for him. But we'll have to have a look after the replays and just see, because I have no idea who got fault there.
Yeah, I just saw the contact.
Maybe? We don't know.
Yeah, we're not too sure, but Jammy's lost another position to have a game there, who actually, on mediums to the end of the race, is in a pretty good position.
He's looking alright. He's going to look sharp for now.
Yeah, but Dan's pulled a really nice gap to miss.
Extends again.
And Mr. Business under pressure from Javi behind. And there goes Javi, already making that move before he's even got the DRS active. But Mr. Business is going to still stay within that slipstream, but it's going to be pretty much for nothing, because with DRS, Javi will pull himself ahead and up into P3. So what we're being told is that Dan went past and then Jammy sent it into turn 1 and caused that collision, but that will be to the clips and the steward's discretion. And Fluffy, unfortunately, on his pit stop, has sped in the pit lane and picked up 5 seconds worth of penalties. So now Jammy's in once again. He'll be going to the end of the race on this set of medium tyres. Interesting that Fluffy, who's damaged his front wing somewhere, as he's just changed that now, will be going on softs for the final few. It's a bit early, I think. I think he'll be boxing again, perhaps preying on a late safety car to save his race, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that could
be... Is that what Hart is probably trying to do as well, pray for a safety car, and then he's closer, doesn't have to lose as much time, but I mean, he's nearly caught. Dan's nearly caught. Oh, he pits now, he boxes. Yeah,
so much for that safety car. As Marks makes his move on Rolling Dice, who's on 12 lap old softs, and I'm sure will be into the pits very shortly. So let's see where Hards is actually going to come out then. Softs to the end. I think that's
softs?
Bold. And yes, softs.
I did a race in Brazil. We were part of the league. And safety car came out lap 18, 19, something like that. And some of the guys pitted for softs, and they somehow managed to get to the end of the race, which I was really surprised. Bear in mind, I still won on mediums just to brag it out there. But I was really... I was quite surprised. I was really surprised. So I think they can get to the end of the race. They probably will, just about.
Well, on 13 lap old softs, Rolling Dice has just made that move back on Marks then. So the tyres aren't completely finished. So, that's promising signs. And if those softs can work, it could be good for Hards, because he could find himself, well, quite high up the order, especially with Jammy's spin as well. Yeah, indeed he is. Right down the inside. A good move from... How is he? He's already going to be in P6. by the end of this lap, isn't he? And that's looking really, really good.
Rolling Dice is
Oh no, he's into the back! He's into the back of Rolling Dice.
Well, though, on the track.
Yeah, really good hold from Rolling Dice, but yeah, Haas has he's going to cost himself a penalty there, that's for sure. And look at Marks and Rolling Dice squabbling their way down into turn 1. Rolling Dice sends it to the inside. He repays the contact favour to Haas, but luckily this time not as much contact as we've seen in the past. And we're going to jump straight back to Footface and AY Game also in their own little squabble. Footface once again dives down the inside to jump ahead into turn 1, but now we're going to see once again AY Games with the DRS coming down the Retroposter. The Aston Martin driver to the inside gets that move again, and Footface is trying it still. He needs to change his strategy should he want to get this position away from AY Games. Yeah, but yeah, no, that grip difference was just ridiculous, and I think Haas just completely misjudged that, because he didn't realise Rolling Dice would have such little grip as they made their way through turn 12. That was a scary moment. It could have been a lot worse than it was.
Pretty scary. Yeah, it could have been a sprint for Rolling Dice, but his driving was handling. Did very well, but look how much of the track really is.
And here we go then. Havoc Gamer to the inside of Jay-Z. He's going to make this one work into turn 1. Very nice move from Havoc Gamer. No stress, no problems there, as Rolling Dice is going to pull into the pit lane then. Let's see if Jay-Z is going to be fighting this one back. I don't quite think he's going to really put up much of a struggle.
Yeah.
No, he's not. And, well, there we go. Havoc into P5.
No.
Could he try and get his way onto the podium?
P4.
P4, sorry.
He could. He has a chance.
Indeed. Zyro picks up 5 for speeding in the pit lane then. So yeah, Rolling Dice got onto another set of softs to try and go to the end of the race then. He'll be looking to grab some points come the checkered flag, and I think that's very much possible there.
Still doable.
Yeah. So everyone now should be going to the end of the race.
As well.
Yeah, as long as there's no safety car disruptions, everyone will be going to the end of the race. As it stands, and Dan 1.3 seconds clear, both on very similar levels of ERS, and what's really done it for Dan is the strategy and getting a little bit fortunate with traffic, because he was able to get ahead without losing as much time as Javi or Mr. Business lost. Yeah, and that's really boosted his race to where it is now. Yeah. But we're going to go back with AY Games and Footface once again. These two in their squabble. Jamie Cash also in the background now, trying to get involved as well. Low blinking ERS for the Mercedes driver. Footface does try something different this time. Isn't attacking into that first corner. And now, this is exactly what he needed to do. Making their way down the Retroposter now. Footface is going to have the DRS. He's going to pull to the inside of the Aston Martin. He's going to send it to the inside, but the grip just isn't quite there. And Jamie Cash is able to swing round the outside because of Footface being tight to the corner. And now Jamie makes his way into P9 ahead of Footface. And well, he sends one to the inside. AY Games allows the move to occur. Yeah, indeed, AY just really let that one happen, just like we saw a little earlier on. Footface now right on the back of AY Games. Didn't think about that send into turn 10. It could have been possible, but he decided not to, as AY Games will lead these two once again for how many laps have these two been battling? Like pretty much since the start.
Oh, God knows. Yeah, pretty much since the battle began in lap 1, didn't it?
Yeah, and I think Footface tried something different, but I don't think Jamie Cash really helped his affairs there. I think in general, AY's got better straight line speed than Footface. And again, Footface is trying more.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
He's got lower ERS though, so what's he going to be able to do? But now, obviously with AY having the DRS in front, there's going to be not much done there. Cliverty Clive has, I think, just been passed by Fluffy. Fresh softs for him. Well, actually 5 lap old softs versus 7 lap old hards. Those softs are still in pretty good condition.
Xavi's in the DRS as well.
Oh, indeed he is. This is where really we're going to see the drivers going kind of balls out, not really holding back like we might have seen in the first stint. Xavi will be going for moves. He's still got a few laps to do it though. So I think he's going to be he's not going to be quite as aggressive as we may think he'll be, but he's not going to be holding back, and he's not going to be quite as passive as he was in the first stint. Yeah, that is very true.
Plenty of time.
With Haas possible P4, but we'll have to see how those softs really behave in the next few laps, because there's still quite a while he needs to go on them. We did see how little grip Rolling Dice had come the end.
Oh.
And there goes Footface on AY Games.
Oh, can he get DRS? No,
has he got the DRS on Jammy? This is the question.
He does not. No, he doesn't. I don't think so. No, he's not. So A Games is... God, look at how fast A Games is going. Goodness me.
Footface tried to hold it around the outside, but again, that straight line speed AY has got is just outrageous, and there is no way. Unfortunately for Javi, he's keeping up. Zyro's into the pits then on lap 27. I think he's going to go onto a set of softs, even though he's only done 2 laps on his mediums.
He's going to get lapped as well. He's going to get lapped by the leaders.
Peculiar, he's pitted again. Does he have some sort of damage?
Oh, he's got a penalty as well.
Yeah, so that's...
No, it doesn't seem like it, because there's a jack at the front, so...
He's gone on to 15 lap-old mediums.
Oh, what?
So why has he done that for?
What on earth is going on? Something doesn't seem right.
Maybe we're having a glitch on our end with the age of the tyres, because that's not... I don't know why you'd do that. There's no purpose of doing that.
Peekins was out on 10 lap-old soft tyres. The team just put her out on 10 lap-old soft tyres at Qatar. Last race of Tier 1 season, so I mean... we see, yeah. I think... we just put in, just ask Charlotte about Tier 1.
Yeah, that one... yeah, I mean, yeah, it could just be a glitch with the game, really, when Zyro's actually selected the fresh tyres, but it's not giving him the fresh tyres. We'll have to see if he pits yet again. As here we go then, we're going to watch Jay-Z and Haas. I think these two are pretty close. Also, Gianluca, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on Dan and Xavi, if they're going to start...
Roger.
Let me know if there looks like a move's going to be on.
Why do I get 2 crumbs? Oh, sorry.
So here we go then for Haas on Jay-Z. This is for P5. Haas to the inside, makes that move very smoothly and very easy. Yeah, I think those two are safe for now. At the front, they're still playing the longer game. I think Haas, he's going to instantly defend to the inside. Maximal defense from Jay-Z, and that works out that he didn't really need to do that, as he maintains that P5 place for now. AY Games and Footface, again, filing their way through turn 1, heel and toe to each other. And then he sits inside the DRS. And can Footface with the DRS, is he going to get one? Is he going to send it to the inside at turn 4? No, he's not. And Footface sits behind AY for once again another lap.
Xavi is close. 4 tenths away.
Indeed he is. We are jumping straight on board with these two to see what happens. There's only 3 tenths and he's gaining and gaining fast, is Xavi, throughout the rest of this lap. He's choosing to remain behind at turn 1 once again. Can he do what Footface cannot and actually make the move coming into turn 4? I think, look at the exit Dan gets though. That's the thing with
Great exit.
Xavi. Xavi might get a decent exit, but Dan just gets such a monstrous exit. He might have to send it into turn 1, and that might be his best bet, really. I think Footface has already made that move actually before they've even reached the start-finish straight this time around on AY Games. Now he's going to be in the position to make the exit count for himself. Looks like he's got a pretty good exit, though, has Footface, with that increased downforce. Let's see if this is the time where he can actually make that move occur for the Ferrari. I think he's made it stick for a lap. Yes, he has. Footface finally moves himself into P9, but let's see how long that lasts for before AY is right on the back of him once again. But let's go for Footface. Looks like he might be making that move, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out for him.
Yeah.
Over the next
Xavi
couple of
didn't do
laps.
that well on the last sector. It was about 7 tenths away from the DRS. He was much closer, so I don't think he's going to get a move into P1 anytime soon.
No. Jay-Z actually has stuck with Haas quite well, despite Haas being on those soft tyres. I would have thought Haas, look, the way he blasted past, I thought he was going to be really, really clear. But no, Jay-Z is still kind of hanging in there on the DRS. Xavi right on the back of Dan. We'll have to pay attention, sparking away as that Williams, running low to the ground, of course, with the ground effect era of cars. And there's AY Games making that move on foot face. You've also got Rolling Dice in the background, another third party coming to the side of these two squabbles. And there we go, Rolling Dice thought about a move to the inside of foot face for a moment, and actually one of these drivers isn't going to get points because of the speed that Rolling Dice has got at the moment. I think, to be honest, my money is on foot face being P11 come the checkered flag, unless anything untoward happens throughout.
Oh, A Games has got a pen.
Oh,
So
perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps, yeah, I think if AOY Games has got a pen, I don't see that happening. But yeah, as Charlotte's saying in the chat, definitely the softs are dying off now. They've been on Haas's car for a really, really long time. 10 laps, and he's still got 4 to go on them, which will be longer than Rolling Dice went on the first stint on his softs. But of course, there is slightly reduced fuel in the car now, and it's going to be lighter and less impactful on the tyres, and you can just see how aggressive Haas is defending, but Jay-Z is gaining with the DRS. Haas covers him off at the last moment and will maintain that position. In fact, in this squabble, look at this, Rolling Dice sent it down the inside of the pair of them. Both Foot Face and AY Games passed by the Red Bull already into the Senna S's, and well, both are going to get that DRS. Although look at the straight line speed of AY Games, pulls to the outside and is alongside and ahead of Rolling Dice into Casino de Lago, and that means AYP9, Rolling Dice P10. I think it's only again a matter of time, I think, before Rolling does indeed jump ahead once more. Footface thinking about a move down the inside of the Red Bull, but I don't think the grip was quite there as he made a send into turn 8. I tried to hold it around the outside through 9, but that usually tends not to work all that well. And look at Rolling Dice round the outside of the Aston Martin, has made that one work, and I think that's really compromised the speed that AY Games has got in that car, as Foot Face is right on the back of him once again. Jay-Z has got back past ahead of Haas, but I think Haas might repay that favour a little later on. No, he won't, and perhaps Jay-Z could actually claim that P5. I think Haas's progress might really stall. Look at how deep Foot Face goes through the first part of the Senna S's. There'll be no move down the Retroposta for now. Oh, he picks up the 3-second tyre penalty as well. Although it is 5 seconds for AY Games, to be fair. These are the penalties as it stand.
Within 2 seconds.
Rolling Dice to the inside of AY Games, who makes that move work very nicely for the Red Bull, who can perhaps now try and think about gapping these guys. So, Jeremy Cash
I've just been analysing. Yeah, I've just been analysing solid. Like, the exits that Xavi gets at Jumsao is just insignificant compared to Dan, who gets about 7 to 8 tenths on that final corner, because that is literally the main final corner. And I think this is what is going to cost Xavi, is if he's staying behind for way too long, he's just not going to get ahead. Dan, and come the check flag, I think Dan could hold on to the win here. But Xavi has got like nearly 100% ERS compared to Dan, who's got roughly about 25.
We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out. Haas and Jay-Z switching positions once again. Now down the Retroposta, Jay-Z to the inside of the AlphaTauri car. And that's Jay-Z back into his favourite position of P5. Hashtag not my back marker. So then AY and Footface once again. I think Footface is losing ERS here. He's on very, very limited amounts, and that's not going to help him at all. With Zyro, of course, on, how do we put this lightly, finished tyres, 21 lap old medium.
21 lap old.
No
Very
idea
old.
why he did
Too
that.
old.
Is it his AI? I'm wondering if it's the AI.
Look how close Xavi is.
Yeah, indeed he is. He backs off again. He's just not quite able to get... He's getting really, really close, but he's not getting that finishing move, really. But look how much closer he is this time, coming through the exit of the Senna S's as they make their way down the Retroposta. It's still not going to quite be enough for Xavi to get anywhere near Dan, who is
This could
sitting
be a last
pretty
lap thing.
on the penultimate lap, and yeah, it will have to be a last lap burnout of ERS. I think that's what Xavi's planning. 86%.
This is the plan.
This has been the plan all along. A last lap move, and we're going to keep... This is why you need to stay watching the stream. We'll keep you on the edge of your seats to see what will happen there. I think we're just going to jump back. Footface and AY Games. Again, their usual squabble. AY will get back past here. I'm relatively sure of it, but we'll have to jump to the leaders, of course, as they make their way round the couple of penultimate corners on the penultimate lap, as these exits are vital now as they make their way.
Yeah, look how close.
For this,
how close he is.
Indeed, the penultimate time, 4/10 for Xavi. He's used 20% of that battery already. Xavi right on the back on the final lap of the race. He sends one to the inside of Dan and gets the move done on the final lap of the race. But will he be able to secure this move? As look at the exit Dan's got through the centre S's. It's going to be Xavi on it. On his ERS versus Dan deploying his DRS. Dan right in the slipstream. He's not sure where to go. The inside's where he picked. They're making contact and rubbing all the way through turn 4. Oh! And he's round! And into the wall is Xavi. Penalty as well. That's Xavi's race. The best he's going to get is P2. He might not even finish in P2.
He's got an end plate. He's got end plate damage.
Indeed, on the last lap. Drama. Oh, Xavi, he got so close. And Mr. Business looks like he's going to be able to actually take that second position on the circuit there. And Haas has managed to also find himself ahead of Jay-Z on this final lap of the race. Footface and AY Games once again squabbling. AY is going to get that on the inside. Footface does have the penalty advantage, of course. And look at the exit, actually. He's got coming through Decina Delago. I thought he was going to think about a move. But then, throughout all the odds, Dan has defended like a champion and wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Xavi comes home on circuit P2, but will finish P3 with the penalty applied. Mr. Business in P2. Looks like Havoc Gamer is going to finish out in P4. A fantastic effort from him. And then we're going to see Haas in P5. Jay-Z. And look at this. Footface has managed to get ahead of AY Games in the middle sector. I'm not sure how he's managed to do that. It's just going to be a squabble right to the line between these two, the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. It looks like Footface might just have the exit and the speed to do so. But no, look at how close AY is coming. AY goes round the outside through the final corner. Of course, I think out of fuel as well. Footface was out of fuel, but the penalties save him. Wow, that was so close.
Wow, what a race. What a race.
Indeed, an incredible race.
Oh, Fluffy's out of fuel. Speaking about things.
Indeed he is.
Oh, 25 nearly went into the back of Fluffy. If Ghostin wasn't on, that would have been very, very dramatic, I must say.
Indeed it will be. And wow, to be fair, no safety cars, not many incidents to speak of really. That's been a pretty successful Tier 2 race.
Yes, it has.
I
wonder what the stewards will have to say about that last lap and stuff, though.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be hard because Dan, the inside was open. Dan was entitled to go to the inside. And I think Xavi was trying to cover it off, but it wasn't covered enough. But again, we'll just have to see more clips and see what happens. And,
but yeah, a fantastic win for Dan. Driver of the day then, Gianni. See, who are you giving it to?
Now?
Who are you giving it to today? Who's your vote going for?
Oh, this is a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
There have been so many good performances, hasn't there? Mr. Business has done so well from P12. Dan held off Xavi so well. Have a Gamer is also a good shout as well, because he did well to get P4. Oh, I'm going to have to give it to Mr. Business. Great recovery drive, and he needed that as well. He needed that to stay in the championship, or to be in the championship, should I say, because he missed the first race. So he's got 18 crucial points.
Yeah,
Dan's on 50.
I think I have to agree with you there. For Mr. Business, I mean, he just did a brilliant comeback drive, held his nerve wonderfully, didn't get too involved in incidents, and whilst his race might not have been the most exciting and exhilarating, he didn't exactly make the best moves, or he was just calm, confident, and relaxed throughout the entire race, and was able to finish in P2 in the end. He would have got a podium anyway, but I think getting him on the line was pretty good for him. But yeah, no, that was a really, really good race.
It was awesome. Absolutely awesome from the guys.
So much happened, and well, what can I say? I'm glad that we it's actually quite a good race in Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah. Right. So
Knew me no obligation.
yeah, well, GNHC, thank you so much for joining us in the co-comms position today. It has been very enjoyable for this part, and well, yeah, I've been Solid Elite, that's been Giannucci, and I've really enjoyed today's stream, and I hope it can be just as exciting next weekend, where we go to a different circuit. Which one? I'm not sure.
Miami.
Miami. Oh God, I'm ill that weekend.
Jack Mac is going to have a disaster class week.
Oh, but yeah, well, no. If you're still with us, do indeed stay tuned for tomorrow's race in Tier 1, where we'll be once again covering another 50% race somewhere else in the world.
It will be.
So yeah, do enjoy the rest of your evening, and let's hope to see you guys tomorrow for Tier 1 race. Thank you, Jory, for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did today, and well, good night.